everybody. How's it going?
What if I counterpoint? What if when I feel the crash, I just take another one?
Yeah, what if you just keep getting stronger by drinking more espresso?
Pair the dog with espresso.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait.
That looks good.
Yeah, I impulse bought the espresso machine, and I did say on Blue Sky that it would have been more healthier to just start doing cocaine, I think.
Probably.
Alright, that looks good. I should get the music. Somebody's gonna turn off this music. You guys hear that?
Yes,
sir.
Do one more time. Just make sure the OBS is good. That looks good.
It's good.
Is that mic in the front row of GDQ right now? Almost certainly, always yes.
Yes, he is there.
If there's a front row to be in, he'll be in it.
We're going to talk about that, don't you worry. There's a story here.
Why is so low in my ears? Oh, it looks nice on the on the levels over
speaking
here.
Of low, yeah, let me check my levels. I keep getting
no,
turned
it's
down.
not you. You look fine on the levels.
I'm a little lower than usual, but it should be like okay.
Yeah, you're okay on the levels. Test 1 2 1 2.
You find the
1 2 1 2.
Got dial in my lighting though.
Just gonna give you a little bit juice.
Right around there.
Grubb, you are a little bit lower. I think.
I bet there's something going on there. Let
Yes,
me take a look, and then we'll get started, everybody.
Why you look like you put like Vaseline in the lens of your camera?
It's. I think it might be the Elgato prompter thing. It's behind a thing of glass.
Oh.
But also, I don't know. I'm just having trouble dialing this camera in. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's a me problem because Dan has the same camera. And if it was a problem, it's Dan. He would complain about it. So he hasn't. So I'm assuming it just works for him every time. So I bet he like saved his settings correctly one time to the camera memory and has never had to do anything ever since because he doesn't even have Synapse installed anymore. So I think it's a me problem and I just need to like get it figured out. But this is what it's going to be like right now. All right, what was I doing? I was going to test. I already tested the music. I was going to do something, but now I don't remember what it was. Christian, this is all your fault.
Oh, your
my microphone. Microphone. There we go. Let's see here.
Don't you dare blame me. You're
right, Christian. I lashed out. I'm sorry. Is this better? I bet it is.
That's way better.
That should be way better. Okay. I think it's Audacity.
I beat the shit out of you.
I know. And I would deserve it. Okay. Yeah, this looks good.
Be shot by the police.
Well, that's just me going outside in America. All right, I am ready. Are you all ready?
Let's do this.
Oh, hang on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready, chat?
Okay. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to count us in, and we will get started here in 5, 4, 3. Busy. Let's do this. Oh my God, this is the version that doesn't get quiet, and I didn't fix it from last week. We turn it down there. This is all my fault. Welcome to the Game Best Decides podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of games, so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is
Sean McDowell. I think I just got flashbanged by the music.
Yeah, me too, and no one to blame but myself. So, which is probably how most people who have used a flashbang and like without any proper training They probably
Yes.
flashbang themselves almost certainly more than anyone
Yes.
else, right? So
It's like that was a Bruce Lee movie or something where he beats a bunch of dudes up with the nunchucks and then he like hands the dude the nunchucks and he just like hits himself in the face.
exactly.
Like that.
Yes, perfect. We're gonna talk about what you should expect from that Xbox Developer Direct showcase. GTA 6 is not content complete, but don't everyone freak out. StarCraft Ghost is back. What? That is a question mark and 2 exclamation points. Christian wrote that, and that's correct. It's back. We don't know. Something's happening. But first, Turbo Sean, how are you doing?
I can't believe you're keeping me from the Super Metroid run GDQ.
I'm not doing
son of a
shit. This is not me. This is, we know whose fault this is. We can go watch the run right now and see whose fault this is.
We do. He's trying to make himself the star of the run, so maybe I'm okay missing this one. It's really awkward, Jeff.
Not trying. He succeeds. I'm not saying it's not awkward, but
Poor Ryan Ford doesn't have a couch right now, so Mike is trying to like be the couch on the back couch. It's insane.
It is that's what going to these things is like with Mikey. I'm not complaining. It's fun. It's fun to watch him go do his thing. He likes to be I'll say center of attention. And
yes, you can say the truth.
Yes, and who doesn't? Who doesn't like to have a little bit of attention? He just has no shame about it, which
yes, that's the difference.
It makes me money, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
But it is fun to like go. Like I've been busy all evening, Sean. I knew that Super Metroid speedrun was going to be happening,
Right.
and I was getting excited about it. But I'm like, I'm going to be starting the show, so I'm not even going to like think about it too much. Sit down, start getting set up. Thanks to Christian for getting the doc all set up for this episode because I was busy this evening. And then the first thing I see in chat is that Mike Minotti in the front row of the Super Metroid speedrun at Awesome Games Done Quick? And I didn't have to go check. I knew it was gonna. Of course it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I went on Sunday with him. It was a lot of fun. He and Chris was not able to go with us on Sunday, so Chris wanted to go back. And then earlier this evening, Mike was going to try to get back for the show. He texts me and says Chris is begging to stay. Can I miss the show? And I'm like, I kind of figured that was going to happen. So
it's a really good night because they got the Super Metroid run. Then they're gonna have a my showcase.
There was
the washing
a Splatoon
machine
run a little bit ago. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I want to talk about that later too. We can talk about that more at the end. But yeah, it's a great line. And then I don't know how late they're staying, but the late night thing tonight is Expedition 33. So like. I got a lot to watch.
I could see
it's a good night to stay around.
I do know that Chris likes his sleep. I know that about Chris. I don't know everything about Chris, but I know he likes
Chris
his
Minotti,
sleep.
for people that doesn't know who he is.
Thank you.
Mike's
I
brother.
They know
that's
by
what you're here
now.
for. Yeah, I know he likes his sleep. And that usually starts at around 10:30 p.m. So we'll see if he can make it. And I wouldn't blame him if they try. I hope they do try. That would be a real cool thing to see. All right. We should get into the show, though. I'm feeling, it's the first week back, feeling pretty beat. You've been MIA, I'm assuming, in the mines doing a lot of work on a lot of editing and stuff. You seem busy.
Jeff, I'll be real with you. I can say this on the air. Everything sucks.
Yeah.
Mental health is kind of in the gutter, and I'm trying to get a project out the door. So I don't know. I've just been, dragging ass this week. It's been a weird week. Yeah.
I fully understand, even though I'm sure I don't fully understand. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening and hit that like button on YouTube. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you can do so by dropping a super chat during the program here on YouTube. We'll get to all of those before we are done this evening. Thanks to Carlos Sain, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube for the use of our theme songs. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thanks to Christian for producing. And you can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions, and our game club discussions. Early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, which we won't be able to record tonight because Mike is not here. And of course, all of our shows ad-free. That's patreon.com/GameMess. Once again, thank you to everyone who's been signing up. I get a notification every single time. I know there's some guys out there that run their Patreons, and like every time someone new signs up, they send a message. To me, that's like a little bit too like in your face. I know I wouldn't like that if I signed up for a Patreon and the person was something like, "Thank you. What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh no, I just want to give you money." So I don't do that, but I do see it all.
It's just Minnesota. Don't worry about it.
It's just Minnesota.
It's just those guys.
Thank you so much. I do see it all. It means the world to me, and we really appreciate it. All right, Sean, let's get into this news. Oh wait,
Yes.
after this. Okay, we are back. Let's do the news, as I promised right before that little break. Xbox Developer Direct returns January 22nd with Fable and Forza Horizon 6. There's also going to be that game from not the Pokemon Company, from Game Freak, separate from the Pokemon Company, that will be coming to Xbox and PlayStation. I meant to look after Game Mess this morning, Sean. I can't remember if this is a character action game or a Soulsborne game. My memory is it's a Souls-like, but maybe you can remember a little bit better than me.
From what we've seen, I think we technically don't know.
We don't know. Okay, that's probably what it is.
Souls.
Right. It seems like a Souls, but we don't know. Could be one of those. Like, there's a spectrum there, right? We've seen ones that are kind of more one side, more the other. I'm kind of hoping it falls somewhere in between. I don't like. There's a couple out there that can do the Soulsborne stuff real quick or real well. I don't need every single one to try to do that. I would still like a little bit of character action flair in there, but whatever, they can do what they want. Very cool that we're going to see more of that game, though. Also, I'm getting excited about the idea of a Fable actually coming out and existing after so many years of promising this game. I don't know. How are you feeling about this?
Tell you what, Jeff, my feelings on Xbox are maybe at an all-time low. So when you guys were talking about this on Game S Mornings today, I was like, oh yeah, that is happening. I guess I'll tune in. I don't know. I'm curious what that Game Freak thing is, because Game Freak is such an interesting company. You know, people always want to point at the Pokemon games and then point at them and say, wow, you guys suck at what you do. And thanks to leaks of all things, it's now more apparent that no, it's a time and budget thing, and which bizarrely, you know, management there has deflected claims kind of, because they're like, no, it's not the Pokemon Company's fault. We do things like this is our fault that things are this way, and it's like, why would you admit to it?
And also, it's like, well, let's see what this game looks like and see what you do with a different kind of project that doesn't have any involvement from the Pokemon Company. And I bet it's going to feel a little bit different than those Pokemon games in terms of budget and scale, at least as we are able to understand that from playing the game.
It's become so much more clear as the years have gone on that, it is the Pokemon Company's fault. And they should give Game Freak more, you know, room to breathe and more time and budget. So when we see them do something completely different that feels like something that we know is in Game Freak's history. I forget what it's called, but the like project that spawned Pocket Card Jockey. I think Tembo was spawned off it too. I forget what they called it, but it was like, you know, that internal thing where they're like, we want to try different things. We want to do other stuff. Twice now, both with Diamond and Pearl, and now more recently when that project happened, like XY or whatever. It's because they didn't know if Pokemon would continue to be as big as it is. And so they wanted a fallback. And I think now this time, it's clearly not a fallback. They don't need a fallback from Pokemon, but it's like them stretching their legs and saying, yeah, we can do different things. We can do things when we're given the resources to do so. Check this out. So I'm really curious to see what that looks like in the end. The rest of the lineup, though, I don't know. Like, I didn't get super into Forza Horizon 5, despite loving 4 a ton. Like the Japan setting, on paper at least, is really appealing to me. Going through the cities and then out onto the ridges that you race on. It seems like that's
the racing ridges, like, right?
Yeah, of course. Someone should do something with those finally. But the Tokyo drifting scene, that's where the movie comes from. Like, bringing that to Forza Horizon seems like a great idea. So I agree. You know, I think that might renew my interest in that series. I don't know what else to really feel about anything else, though, because Fable, not really my thing. And then
it's also not my thing.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, but it's like, but Playground is the studio. I'm like, man, I'm just curious to see what they've done here. Like, that's where I'm at. And I think there's a chance maybe it ends up being my thing, but I've never like fallen in love with a Fable game before. It's more just like academic and like seeing these companies like try to bite off a different kind of genre and like, can they deliver on that? So I'm just curious to see what this thing actually looks like. They did that like Jack and the Beanstalk sort of thing where the lady that you might be playing as, or like, I guess you're probably going to be able to design your character. But the lady that was the player character in the trailer went up and like was dealing with a giant, and it just didn't look like gameplay. But I remember we had Phil on the couch. He's like, why didn't you think it's gameplay? It's gameplay. I'm like, okay. I just want to like see the I want to see the UX. I want to feel someone behind a controller coming out of this thing. And I hope why show this game off if they're not ready to do that? I would assume the whole point of the developer direct being a little bit different than like a Nintendo direct or some of the like showcases that Xbox does is that it is about sitting down and talking about these games with the developers. And they've done a good job of positioning games like this in the past to make it feel like, oh, this is worthy of our time. So hopefully they have something worthy of our time here with Fable, and we'll see. But you're right. I'll have to play that game to know if I actually end up caring about it. In the meantime, I really like Forza Horizon 5, so I might be like on the opposite schedule that you're on, where it's like maybe you're going to get back into this one, and I might be like, oh, I don't need another one because I really enjoyed 5 so much. But
sure.
Again, I've played a lot of those games and I have enjoyed them. That's happening January 22nd, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Don't know if I said that.
I was going to ask you, so we know those 3 games. Is that all that's like confirmed? Have they said there's like maybe a surprise or anything like that?
I think it's all that's confirmed. I think that the expectation is that they usually have 4 to 5 games in these kinds of developer directs. But if they were going to talk about Halo, Combat, Re-Evolved, whatever the fuck it's called, and
Campaign Evolved.
It's
still
CE.
CE.
Thank you.
It is, yeah.
And then it's still CE. And then, or if they were going to talk about Gears E-Day, they would have said so in the same thing, because those are probably being saved for the second half of the year. These other ones, summer, maybe early fall at the latest for these games. At least that's what my expectation would be. I guess they could both be holiday. Who knows? But all 4 of those games are supposed to come out this year. But I think we're just going to hear about two of them here, and then maybe some other stuff, or maybe some other third parties, or maybe something smaller. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if they talk about State of Decay 3?
I think that's like getting pretty close to being ready. Again, I hear the studio is defiant and wants to like prove everybody wrong, that thinks that studio can't deliver now that the leadership is left. And I also think that we heard, I'm trying to remember if I can place this exactly in my brain. I think we heard recently that while all that is happening, they're still going to take one more beat and probably not show up at something like this until later in the year. So maybe that shows up at like Summer Game Fest, Christian. I know you're looking forward to it. We'll see.
I was looking for the art myself, but I did see that in chat. Jesse Norris said that there's like space on the key art for a 4th game.
Okay,
like,
that makes sense.
So
usually they have like 4 like confirmed, and then there's like a 5th. Maybe they have 3 confirmed this time, and there will be a secret.
Yeah,
4th.
they like doing sort of a one last thing. At least they did last time with Ninja Gaiden. So like it would make sense if they do have like a one more thing, maybe something we haven't heard from in a long time, or it is like some new surprise.
Yep.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
And shouts out to Jesse, who kind of puts into words what I was trying to remember here. State of K3 is set for 2027, according to Jez. And it was delayed up the budget as they believe in it more, which is something, yes, that's what I've been hearing for a long time, and it sounds like that continues to be the case. Okay, GTA 6 not content complete. And
the industry is gonna fall apart because
it's just gonna fall apart. Take-Two stock's certainly gonna take a dive. So I guess Jason Schreier was on a podcast. I don't remember the name. He said, my understanding is it's not content complete, and no one working on the game could say with 100% certainty that's going to come out later this year. Everyone kind of took that to mean the game is very likely going to get delayed, and it's bad that it's not content complete. And I think Jason has tried to come out and be like, I was not trying to suggest that in any way. A lot of this is being misconstrued. Now, he did say it's not content complete. And then on Game S this morning, I said, and I'll repeat it here, I have no idea if that's good, bad, what that means, because I don't make games, and certainly have no idea what it's like to make a game the size of Grand Theft Auto 6. Right. But I'll say I would love to hear that it's content complete, because to me that sounds better. But again, I don't know if that's a problem. I bet that this game is so complicated that it might not matter, because they're gonna be trying to nailing this thing down up until probably a month or 2 before it comes out, while at the same time polishing everything they possibly can polish.
Content complete can mean so many things. Like maybe the multiplayer is not like finalized. They don't have like something how I don't know. Maybe they want level up. Like you want your character's builder or something like that. Maybe that's what it means.
That's what I was gonna get at too. Christian was like, not content complete could be like, and like Jason's not like in the room with the developers. He hears it from his sources. So like someone says it's not content complete, that could mean Yeah, it could mean that the game's 30% done. It probably means that's like 95% done or somewhere.
Does, like, I went back and read the quote, and I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry, everybody, but I was trying to like see exactly what Jason was saying, because I know the pain of being misquoted and misconstrued on podcasts.
Exactly.
He was basically saying, like, they're just kind of like finishing up the final things and getting some things put in place, and to me it sounds like very normal final months sort of stuff. I think and who knows, like, how I bet content complete is not some like understood concept from studio to studio. It's probably different from studio to studio, where it's like, well, yeah, we're content complete, but someone who is like one of our game designers that's doing testing might not think that their thing is content complete, because they're still making very fundamental changes to make their thing more fun. But as far as we're concerned, up above him, everything's in there that we're going to put in there. I don't know.
From my understanding from the devs that I follow, content complete basically means like, theoretically, we could ship this game after the QA portion of it is done.
Right. Yes, exactly. And again, a game as complicated as this, it's probably gonna look a little bit different than some other content complete games whenever that does come about.
Yeah. At this point, it's probably just they don't have all the content in it that they want to put in, so they're just still adding stuff.
I think what it comes down to, what it sounds like he was getting at, is how everyone already feels. It's not going to be surprising if this game gets delayed again. And at the same time, there's no reason to assume it will be delayed again. It's somewhere in between, and the people working on the game feel the exact same way. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right to me. What do you think the chances are this game comes out in 2026, Sean?
Well, I was trying to find it, and okay, so the current new release date is November 19th of this year. They could get the game done and through QA in the next... it only has to go gold, really, nowadays. Like, would that be like 2 weeks before release? So like by the beginning of November, that's what was that, 8 whole months or 10 whole months? My brain's fried right now.
I understand.
But however long that is. I think they probably could get done and out the door in that time. It's Rockstar, so it would not surprise me if it gets delayed yet again. I think, where this is now the second delay, correct?
Yes. We're 2 delays in, because I think it had a release date generally of last year, and then it got moved to May 26, 2026, and now it's moved to so that's November. 2. Yes.
Okay. And like that's kind of the Rockstar standard, is that it gets delayed like 2 times, and then they put it out, and then may they post patch it. So I would not be surprised if it does come out November 19th, because like the game would have to be in rough shape at this point for them not to have basically the rest of this year to get it done.
Yep. I won't be surprised if it comes out. I won't be surprised if it gets delayed. At this point, maybe I do lean a little bit more toward I'll be more surprised if it gets delayed again, but just a little bit. Yeah. StarCraft shooter reported to be revealed by Blizzard at BlizzCon in September. The Jez was putting out a bunch of stuff, kind of talking about this. This is also something we've heard in the past from Jason Schreier in his book about Blizzard, saying that they have tried to make this a bunch of times, and now they're working on it again. And I think that... Oh, I'm sorry. I think Patrick Kane just got 500 goals. Congratulations, Patrick Kane. All right, I'm going to turn it ooff. I'm sorry. Mike Minotti, don't call me and get mad at me. It's the kind of thing where...
Mike Minotti's busy. Don't you worry, Jeff.
Yeah, you can't say shit, Mike. It's the kind of thing where it's like, this makes sense to me, because StarCraft's in a slightly weird place. RTSs are in a very weird place. I think if anyone can figure it out and make it not weird, it's Blizzard. But they want to keep StarCraft relevant. Why not finally do the thing they've been threatening to do for 25 years and put out a StarCraft shooter, right?
Yeah, I was a child. I was a wee lad when I first heard about StarCraft Ghost.
StarCraft Ghost.
It looked like the sickest thing ever.
It looked really cool.
Shooter.
Yeah, her ponytail. Yeah. Looked like Zero Suit Samus. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, she looks like Samus. That's so cool. Yeah, I really want Ghost to be a thing. And then, I think everyone knows the story about Ghost at this point. It gets pushed and pushed, then we don't hear anything. And it's like, maybe it'll happen. And nah, it's done. So I would love to see them. Jeff, I would love for it to be, first of all, I would love for YouTube to work and not crash. I mean, God damn it.
Well, that's not an option.
No, clearly not nowadays. Gemini will solve it. Don't you worry. I would love for it to be like a Metroid Dread situation where we're like, we're just putting out StarCraft Ghost. We're just bringing the project back. Whatever was happening back then, don't you worry about that. But we made a new thing. It's StarCraft Ghost. Like, yeah, it's got the vibes and the themes and like everything we wanted to do back in the day, just with modern gaming sensibilities. So we'll call this the project that you always wanted. Why not?
Yeah, I think that, because part of me is just like assuming like, oh, well, it's not really StarCraft Ghost. They're not even they won't even reference that. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they just finally put out something called StarCraft Ghost? That would be really fun. They do seem like the kind of company that could pull that off with their fan base, and the fan base would be receptive to that. Could be a very cool thing. At the very least, I do expect this to come out and feel like a big, polished game that like had a lot of money and thought put behind it. It's Blizzard. I know it's a different Blizzard every couple of years because people do move on, and a lot of people have left, especially people related to StarCraft. But Blizzard still attracts some of the best talent, especially in the United States. If you're a developer, game developer who has a lot of talent, you want to work in the United States. Not a lot of options these days. It's and if you are going to work in one, you're probably going to be out in Anaheim working at Blizzard. So we'll see.
Yeah, and like you said, they know how to make a shooter at this point. Overwatch is a good game, flawed issues with the live service of it all. But I have faith they can make something fun here.
Ubisoft is shuttering freshly unionized Halifax studio. 71 jobs are affected. Halifax was working on mobile titles for Rainbow Six and Assassin's Creed. It basically happened like a week later. It unionized. It's likely they never even began any sort of conversation with Ubisoft about contract negotiations, and instead Ubisoft shut them down. I bet that didn't help, but Ubisoft has been shuttering and cutting costs, shuttering studios, cutting jobs, and cutting costs for a long time now, because it's reeling. It's not a very profitable company, especially when you look at the amount of revenue they make per employee. That's something a chart came out a couple of years ago where it showed like, oh, they're down at the bottom of the barrel relative to every other company in the industry. They have a high headcount. They hired a lot of people throughout the pandemic, and their games were faltering. It was a bad combination. They were going to be cutting stuff no matter what. And then, why not start with the studio that's unionizing? We don't want to deal with that.
Not even a week into the fucking year, and these motherfuckers are already
and there's no way they're done. There's no way that they are not. Like, we're going to be hearing a lot about Ubisoft cutting this year, I think, especially because if you're at Ubisoft, the only safe thing seemingly is those 3 games that are part of the Tencent Ubisoft. What do they call it? Vanguard or something? Valedictorian? I can't remember either. Some V word, vagina. And it was like, hey, here are the...
that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the only V word I can remember. It was Far Cry. I can never remember. Let's see if I can do it this time, everybody. Far Cry, it was Tom Clancy Ghost Recon and Assassin's Creed. One of the Tom Clancy things. If you're not one of those 3... It seems like, and if you're working on a game that's not in one of those, you're now at this new Tencent back thing, I bet a lot of people are looking around going, our days are numbered. And of course, the studio was part of that. Now, the union in Canada that was representing them is saying that they're going to do what they can to get the best for these people and kind of take it to Ubisoft. And they absolutely should, because Ubisoft's problems are not because of Ubisoft Halifax. They are because of the people who have run that company for years from the beginning and continue to run the company as it continues to fuck up. So, get what you can from that company. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft has just felt like it's floundering for a long time. They have some interesting releases, and then feels like a pendulum with them constantly. They have an interesting release, and then it swings back to this is kind of just your open world slop again. Like it feels like leadership there, at the highest of high points, doesn't really know what they're doing with the company in general. I mean, we kind of know when some of those people speak anywhere that they don't really know what they're doing. I don't know. This whole thing is just a real bummer. And like you've said, even if this is almost like coincidence, if they were going to cut them anyways, it's still just a bad look to cut a freshly unionized studio. Like, it's going to look real bad all the way down the chain. But maybe they just don't care at this point, right?
Yep, maybe not. I think they certainly don't, because it's like they're... if you're at Ubisoft and you're in the leadership team, like, where is your focus? Is your focus on the people that make your games? Definitely not. Is your focus Is your focus even on the people who buy your games? Doesn't seem like it. Your focus is on getting as much money from Tencent as you possibly can, and that's awful. That sucks, especially for a company that once seemed to have a pretty good assembly line for piecing together these really big games, and then they kind of built such a big assembly line they couldn't make anything else and couldn't be very adaptable when it required them to try to do something new, and they had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
So, yep.
It seems like any tech related thing right now is sort of the problem, is like, where does the money come from? We'll try to sell this product or service, it fails, so where do we go next? We go to some gigantic source of money from, oftentimes overseas nowadays. Like we see some companies getting into bed with Saudi Arabia, their government and everything like that, and just it feels like so many companies have no idea what the hell they're doing anymore. And as always, the obsession with generative AIs and stuff like that is just like not helping, because executives, they have this glow in their eyes of this thing that's just never going to deliver. And whether it is something like AI or it is something
whatever
like
else
just
it is. Yep.
Yeah, trying to chase Fortnite was like the thing before that with gaming. It all just sucks.
Absolutely. All right, last story here. Wolfenstein 3 reportedly in development.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Makes me very happy.
Hell yeah,
This
brother.
We needed
I'm
a
so
win.
excited.
We need a win. I love to hear
I'm so
this.
horny for killing Nazis lately. I don't know why,
Hell
but
yeah.
it's
I'll line up
I
to
need
do it. It's Mecha Hitler will go down in this one almost certainly. They are, and that Machine Games is making this. That's according to rumors. Jez had it. Kotaku immediately corroborated it. I think others have as well. But the Kotaku reporting, I trusted that based on what I was reading there.
Seemingly confirmed, Jeff.
Seemingly confirmed, a thing that can happen. Wolfenstein 3 will be the culmination of this trilogy. They're doing it as sort of the next game after Indiana Jones, so it does sound like something that is like they're building up to. But that's, very exciting. I did not believe that we would get this. I was giving up hope, and this is one of those ones where people would know I was interested in it. So I would get a lot of stuff in my DMs being like, oh, no, don't worry, it's happening. And I never wanted to believe any of that, because I get a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's very easy to just like buy into it and believe, and then it bites you in the ass. And so I'm just like, I'm just going to wait and see what others find. And here we are. I hope that we just get an announcement of this relatively soon, so they're kind of locked into making it. Although at Microsoft, that doesn't mean shit.
Nope.
What do you think this does mean for Indiana Jones, though? Do you think they go back to Indiana Jones after this and sort of do a back and forth, or maybe Indiana Jones was a one-off?
It could be an alternating thing. That's what it felt like. Like Naughty Dog was gonna do between like The Last of Us and Uncharted for a little bit there, but then that petered out. But there's another example of this. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what it is, but like a studio going back and forth between this franchise, that franchise. Maybe it'll come to me later. Chat will remind me. But I think that would be really cool if they did do the ebb and flow, go between this and that. And it's like, we have one core team working on this. We put this out, the Indiana Jones, while like another team is working on this, and we'll put out Wolfenstein 3. And then, there's like people on the fringes, working on the next project in the alternating franchise. But yeah, I would love to see Wolfenstein 3 finally happen, because those Wolfenstein reboot games are fantastic.
Yes.
I love those games. They're so good. They're good shooters. They do story really well. They weave the story in very well.
Some of the best characters,
some of the best characters. I love that the story never, I know this is probably a boon for you, Jeff, but like the story never like overstays its welcome at any given moment.
No, it feels like well edited. Like every scene that they do put in the game is serving a purpose, and it's like you could tell that it's written by people who are writers.
Yeah, it's not meandering. They just give you enough story, enough of a cutscene to keep you going to the next big bombastic moment or like stealthy moment or whatever it is. The gameplay is always good. Just thinking about this has me excited, because and Indiana Jones is a great circle. I thought it was a really fun game as well. I thought they did they did a really good job. At the very least, like with the first attempt at that formula.
Yeah. I mean, it's
really
admirable. It's kind of how I feel about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle these days. It's like, man, that you did about as well as I can imagine any studio doing, taking on a game or an idea like this. And a game that I ended up really, really liking. The writing was good in that game as well.
Brian. This is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of NetherRealm with
NetherRealm.
Mortal Kombat and
yeah. I think there was a bunch of suggestions in chat. I was thinking the Capcom studio that goes back and forth between Devil May Cry and now Dragon's Dogma. And it's like, they're planning to go back and forth there. It's like, but I'm like, that's probably not what he's thinking.
No.
All right, done with the headlines. We're gonna take a break. We'll come back. We have the community game of the year. We have the results of that. If you're wondering, like, hey, Army, am I going to do anything Game of the Year for Game Mess Decides? We usually try to do it. We try to get together in person. Probably won't be able to do it next week because it's my kid's birthday party that weekend. We have some other things we're going to do alongside it. So he's going to come over, stay the night. We were going to do a bunch of stuff. So probably 2 weeks from now, we'll come up with something for that, and we'll make it fun. So it's like, don't feel like you got to mark your calendars or anything. It's going to be kind of lighthearted, but we'll get together and make something fun there. All right, let's take this break. We'll come back and we'll get to the community game of the year. Okay. Either of you need a break or anything?
I'm good.
You need to set up the slider.
All right, we'll do it right now.
Presentation.
Yeah. How are we doing this presentation?
No idea.
You should just read it aloud.
Who's reading it?
It's nothing.
We can. Sean, you can read it. I'll present it.
All right. Yeah. You just want to pull up on your side and go through the slides.
Yep.
Right, that works.
Yeah. I mean, it's on the doc if you want to have it to.
Yep. I'm pulling it up now, and then I can see just enough of because Jeff has the main feed pulled up. I can see where he's at.
Yep. It'll be on what you. Yes, you'll be able to see it right there. Okay. Let me bring it into my OBS here. Game.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay.
That's true. Best boob sticks and butts. We're gonna that's coming back for sure.
And we doing super chats before that, yeah?
Oh yeah, good point. Yes.
Oh right, I completely forgot about the super chats.
Me
Holy
too.
shit!
Oh, we're all fried this week.
First time.
Everything goes to
all
hell.
falling apart.
Time. You know what? We should just bring it back if you want to set up that afterwards.
No, it's set up. So let me just get it put in this other scene over here, and I will. Let me fix that.
Holy shit!
Okay.
That was going to be awkward.
I mean, we would have just done it. We would have realized halfway through, right? And then we would have been like, "Oh, we should do the super chats after this instead." But all right, perfect.
It would have been funny.
All right,
it would have been funny. Oh, Sean, you fucked up. You told us it would have been way funnier.
Yeah, you ruined all the comedy, Sean. How dare you?
God damn it.
Sorry, I like for us to be a good show. I apologize.
That's your first mistake. All right.
Yeah.
Fade into black. Coming back up on just the two of us in 5, 4, 3. All right, we are back. Sean, Turbo Sean McDowell, Jeff Grubb. It's Game Mess Decides. Let's do the super chats first, Sean. I decided I want to change things up and do that instead this time.
That's a novel idea. I respect it, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off here with Simon from Saskatchewan. Any idea when there'll be a physical Silksong game? Oh. Yeah, I guess no one's announced one yet. So if that's the case,
what happened last time? What happened with Hollow Knight last time? Did they put out one eventually, or what? I have no idea.
Physical. I mean, I can almost guarantee you there is one. It's just a question of who did. I thought
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I did think this was right because I was looking at Fangamer the other day because of the Games Done Quick stuff, and they did at least one of the runs of physical prints of Hollow Knight. So I guess we'll see who they'll partner with this time around. I really hope it is Fangamer because they do some cool collector's editions. Since, they are a merch company first and foremost. They find good merch to put in collector's editions. Then they just have good, standard editions as well.
Do they wait until all the DLC is out? Is that when they do this?
Oh, no, because I think that's going to take another 7 years. So I think they should probably do.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Good point.
First.
Yeah, I bet you get it within the next year. Probably within the next calendar year, I would say. But
yeah, a game that's successful, it would not surprise me.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Jeff, this just crossed my mind. And because we're talking about indie games getting physical copies, I do you know the situation with Hades 2 and the fact that it's actually published by Nintendo physically?
I remember hearing that, yeah. And it was like,
okay.
To me, it was like, when I heard that, it was, makes a lot of sense. I remember saying throughout the entire, like lead up to Hades 2, Nintendo loves Hades. Like, they promoted a bunch on Switch 1. It's got to be among the best-selling indie games on the Switch 1, if not the best-selling.
It's probably the best. Maybe Stardew Valley.
Probably, right. Stardew, like, there's a couple that are like mega hits and stuff like that. Stardew Valley, actually, probably, I wouldn't be surprised. But even still, kind of shocking. Nintendo's like stepping up on that. Kind of, I wonder if they're to me, that says there's a champion inside of Nintendo. Who a bunch of people like the game, someone there loves it and has pull and sway and made this happen. That's really cool to see.
I was just tossing that out there as a reminder because that's why it's like the whole game is on the cart and it is like the $10 more or whatever, but that's why it's like a proper release when not a lot of games are getting that type of treatment on Switch 2 right now because Nintendo's distributing the physical release themselves.
Yep.
So kind of a cool thing.
Very cool.
And then Simon's got a second one here. Mike, well, did not luck there, Simon. Mike, to entice you more with Mozart's Requiem, you're basically Sherlock / Robert Langdon with puzzles. It's a revamp of a 2009 French game.
Okay, that sounds really cool. I think you picked this up. I don't know if he's going to play it anytime soon, but maybe that's something we can have him play on Monday morning's Missed with Mitch. It sounds plausible. We'll see.
Oh yeah, this looks interesting. I'm looking at the Steam page now. Okay, neat. And then Simon back with the third one, as is often the case. Way Too Many Games has a good review of it. I assume talking about that game, Mozart's Requiem.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be cruel, it could be a nuclear option for Dan in Blight Club because it's dull, talky, and he'd hate it.
But is it bad? Like, it has to actually be a bad game. Like, again, Blight Club can't just be one of the three of us would hate it. It has to be more than that. An actual bad game.
Reviews is interesting. It's mixed reviews on Steam, but like some of the biggest ones are like, "This is a bad game. Stay away from this."
All right, maybe. All right, we'll look. We'll do some more research, Simon.
Okay. From Wan Weichert, Squadron 42, the other billion-dollar budget game, is also slated for this year. Also, Fortnite Home Improvement.
Yeah, the Fortnite Home Improvement would be fantastic. Squadron 42 is the Cloud Imperium game. It's insane. I can remember the name of the studio, but I can't remember the name of the game that they're making. What's the Star Citizen, right? Star Citizen. It's the other thing they're doing. This is the one that has like Mark Hamill in it and shit, right? I think.
Okay.
God, that's weird. I bet that game's going to come out and people are going to ask Mark Hamill about it. And I bet he does not remember doing it at this point. That's my guess. At this
point, probably not. Man, those were just some words, Jeff. I'm glad you made sense of that.
A lot of slop in there. But yeah, that's Squadron 42.
Okay. Gotcha. From the Hero of Time, hey dads, I picked up a Famicom and Kirby of the Stars, the story of the Fountain of Dreams on honeymoon in Japan.
Ooh.
So pretty, cool, stylish, fun, cute, and the cartridge is pink. I love it so much. What's your favorite cute game?
Probably is like a Kirby. I really like Canvas Curse. Kirby Canvas Curse is cute, especially because Kirby's a ball the whole time, and you're drawing rainbows for Kirby to go on. That's probably up there. Although I think Animal Crossing is cute, and that's up there as well.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it a little bit harder, maybe, and scroll through my Steam library while we were doing something else. But yeah, it probably is a Kirby game. I think that little dude's just adorable. Absolutely. You know, he's just having a good time, and then he goes off and kills God at the end of each game. From Lex Luddy, by the way, Terrence Howard's maths is called teriology.
Fuck yes. Oh man,
I saw this when you guys were talking about it earlier. I was like, of course it's called teriology.
That's incredible. I love it. 1 × 1 is 2, everybody. Get on Terrence Howard's level.
From James Pies, didn't see much love in Game of the Year for Doom the Dark Ages. If your lists were extended, do you think it would crack top 20? Pumped for a new Wolfenstein. I never got around to playing
neither.
Dark Ages because, like, I love the reboot. I love Doom 2016. Eternal, I was a little cooler on, but still liked a lot. And I just heard a lot of people saying, Dark Ages is just worse than both of them. And I'm like, it's a busy year. I guess I'll get back to it, but that's a little disappointing.
That's basically the same exact thing happened to me. It was like, I did that quick look with Dan. I was like, some of this stuff looks pretty good, but then I was talking to Dan and Mike who were both playing it, and they both, I think, fell off of it. Dan might have ended up beating it, but he wasn't like talking about it much himself, if he did. So I kind of just used that as an excuse to be like, I'll go back to this one day. I still have not even done that to Eternal. So, and I love Doom 2016. I would guess that it probably would just miss Mike's top 20 if he were to extend it to the top 20. But I don't know for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. From T Bucket, hey Jeff, with the college football playoffs happening now, Miami versus Ole Miss, who are you rooting to win it all?
I think I am rooting for Ole Miss because they're the ones that had Lane Kiffin leave, right? The dumbass coach that always does this, and he like left them right as the playoffs were starting to go to like one of the other bigger schools, and that sucks. And I hope that team ends up winning without him. That would be, although I'm sure he would still take the credit, so it's kind of annoying. But yeah, Ole Miss. You were muted, Sean. Or your mic's...
I am muted.
Oh, there we go. There we are. All right. Cool.
From Sick Jake, didn't get the Metroid Prime 4 hate at first, but just finished tonight and fucked that game. I understand now. Any news of a 2D Metroid for Switch 2?
I mean, I feel like they are going to make one. I think the big question there, Sean, you tell me if you think this is wrong, but the question there is Mercury Steam. Is Nintendo going to work with Mercury Steam again after all the sort of hubbub around that studio being kind of toxic? I don't know. Maybe they made a deal before Nintendo knew, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. After Dread, because Dread was 2021. Because like it's possible that game is already in development over there. Right. Frankly, like it seems like Nintendo likes what they were doing. They could also just bring Metroid internally again. The framework is already there for a new 2D Metroid. So if they just tell one of their internal studios at this point, hey, you see what they did with this? Do that, but another one. Yeah, I like we've talked about a few times now. I think the future of Metroid Prime is maybe a little up in the air. I think what you said the other night is right about the fact that the Retro got a game out the door. It was very messy, but now like they know what they want to do with the series. And so I think they should get a chance to do at least one more. There should be a Metroid Prime 5.
And there's a lot of like, it's a sunk cost fallacy maybe, but there are a lot of sunk cost in building up the infrastructure to make a game like this. Like the examples of being the studio worked with a lot of external studios to make art assets. And those relationships are still in place, and those studios still exist. And the people at Retro who know how to make that happen are still at Retro. And it's kind of like, isn't maybe the best use of all of that effort to get Metroid Prime 4 out to kind of make another one so you can recoup even more of that cost and a game that shouldn't take as long to make? I think that's reasonable. Again, hopium copium.
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier today. Just it is such a weird situation there where why would they have needed to take that game away from that Bandai Namco studio? Like, was the studio doing such a horrible job? I don't think there was another project that would have come up that they need to be like deployed to instead.
No, I think it was an internal review was very displeased. That would be my guess. Is like, or just like the direction was just so bafflingly wrong by the time they were like had a chance to like look at it. And they're like, oh, this is going in the wrong direction. Instead of trying to fix it, we're going to just go back to these other people who think they can fix it. I don't know. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but that's what I think.
It was also just such a long time though that I'm curious, how much did Retro really take from that old project? Did they?
I don't know.
Like I know the pandemic fucked everything up because it was in development during that point, but man, I guess they really just must have been trying to fix the base of that game the whole time. They're like I've said this a few times as well, but there's a story to be told there, and I hope someone like Danny O'Dwyer or someone
Yeah,
like
that would be awesome.
Did You Know Gaming has been talking with a lot of like ex retro, so maybe if like more people
that'd be great.
leave in the next few years, yeah, a story has to be told there because it's a very interesting situation. But as far as 2D Metroid goes here, like the super chat said, I have no doubt in my mind that there will be one eventually. It's just a question of when, and who knows with Metroid, because Nintendo doesn't know.
Yep, exactly. It could go on hiatus again for a long time. It could pop up any moment.
Yeah. From Super Blast X, I loved watching Game S mornings today, seeing Jeff sell himself those new Joy-Cons. Me too, though. They're very clean looking.
Yeah, they look like Charlotte Hornets colors, the kind of purple and teal.
I didn't think of that. Huh.
Yeah, it's so I started talking myself into it was me looking at this and be like, most of the colors are going to be covered when I'm using my Switch 2. It's just that small little like well between the Joy-Con and the system where like you can kind of see a little bit of color splash, and then the well of the analog stick. And then I was looking at it and I'm like, well, it's really nice colors and it looks pretty cool. And then it's like you look at the
paying for the smallest possible square centimeterage of color on that thing for $100.
$100. That's what kind of like brought me back down to reality. It's like, oh yeah, Joy-Con 2 are $100. Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike. That is sickening. I just hate that guy. Like, and who did I see? I think it was Jordan who pointed out on Blue Sky that the inside of your Switch 2 is still going to be that orange and blue because they painted the damn inside of the.
That's
so
funny.
Like even just knowing that the blue and orange are there, and then you got your pastel purple and green, like
God, that's
so much.
That's gonna bother a lot of
Out.
people. That's gonna bother a ton of people. Yeah. Oh man.
It's why I'm never gonna buy any other Joy-Cons.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh well. Oh my goodness. From Taco Belmont. What would it take for Mike to learn a Leisure Suit Larry box office bus speedrun and submit it for Awful Block at GDQ? Taco Belmont, there's no way they accept that game.
Yeah, that would
be they don't accept that kind of game for GDQ.
Yeah, that would make too many people rightfully upset. So yeah, they would not. I
think Leisure Suit Larry the series is explicitly on the ban list for GDQ.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Yeah.
He should try it anyways because he's a sicko. But from Ali Miracle, is that Giant Bomb's hottest video editor as a special guest on Jeff Grubb's Game Mess Decides?
That's right.
Where Jan's here? What
the
fuck is... Yes, I don't know, somewhere. From Jesse JS Norris. Hey Jesse. Hey Jeff, that game I messaged you about rolled credits. Huge thumbs up. Hair's looking good, Sean. Thanks, Jesse.
You talked it up too much. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'll talk about it here pretty soon, everybody. But your first words were just like, "This trash is this other amazing game," and so you set it up for failure in my eyes. I'm coming around on it though. It's pretty good.
Okay. EP Idiot Box. Grubb plus Sean equals Smoke Show. Good Lord and hot damn.
Yeah, check out the guns. There you go. There you go. Get some kisses from us. There you go.
Zombie porn. Jan let Sean out of the editing hole, or are they both being held there by the Jeffs forced to make Leisure Suit Larry YouTube shorts? No,
that's what the money's at. Will. Yeah, that is why we got Will. Literally, hole. Yes.
Hang on. I have to refresh YouTube naturally.
Unsung hero of Giant Bomb.
Was that?
The unsung hero of Giant Bomb. Will.
Yep.
Will, yeah. Will's been holding some stuff together for us. Absolutely. From Dr. Ryan, yo homies, wanted to check out a Switch game on y'all's radar that my wife wanted to put a Switch game on y'all's radar that my wife and I have been high on.
Yeah.
Papacom. Co-op only puzzle platformer with color-based match 3 shooting like Zuma. It rules hard. I've seen a few people play this. Yeah, what was it? Remap was playing it.
Remap was playing it, and a lot of people suggested it to us based on what they saw over there, and I still have not touched it. We'll give this. I think we'll probably have a couple of weeks up here where it's like, oh, we could maybe try some stuff that we've been meaning to do, and that might come up.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It looks like at least the vibes are a little like Splatoon meets a Haze-like game. So I think it looks interesting. I definitely want to check it out. Jason Finelli, That Minotti fella is front row at GDQ right now during this Metroid run. Time to change the name to Grubb Mess Decides.
Yeah, some of us care about you all, and some of us care about being in the front row of speedruns. What can I say? What can I do here? I hope you had a good time.
By the way, speaking of Jason, I did see that video you sent me. SNK posted to their YouTube an animated video where it looks like street toughs are about to get beat up by what's his face from Fist of the North Star.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, Christian, you should know his name. What's his name?
Yes.
The main character?
Fuck. What's his name?
Punch Man.
Is that Kenshiro or is that
Kenshiro? Yes, Kenshiro.
Is Kenshiro? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, are they bringing Kenshiro to Fatal Fury?
It's got to be what it is,
What the hell's
right?
going on there? Like, I'd imagine. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's wild. Sure, why not at this point?
Mike did beat me at Street Fighter 3 Third Strike at Games Done Quick, and when we got done, he did tell me, he admitted that before we got there, he was looking up tips, and it was like, oh, don't try to get fancy, just play as Ryu, use the charge Shoryuken, because that confuses people. And I'll tell you guys, I did not say this on the camera or to him. I think my controller is broken, so. That's what we do.
Yeah,
bro,
knowing the machines they have, it's possible. Awesome. Look at this dude punking out, secretly looking up tips because that's what he needs to be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was still pretty close.
I really want to run a tourney on the Giant Bomb.
I know. I would love to do some scrub leaguing, of course. That'd be awesome.
We should do that sometime after 2XKO comes out, because that comes out at the end of the month. We could probably find some UPF to like shove a low bracket in there.
Hell yeah.
Okay. From Burrito, bad boy of games media, #confirmed. Eye emoji.
That's right. He's just out there mugging for the camera.
As he does. From Sam JWH. Okay, I gotta go watch Napoleon Dynamite. See ya, Dada's kiss emoji.
Yep, go enjoy yourself. I never got into Napoleon Dynamite. I always thought it was kind of...
Me neither.
It was like a bit too absurdist for me, and I like absurdist stuff, so I don't know. Couldn't get it.
I just don't like absurd stuff, so it never did anything for me. A lot of my friends loved it, because, we were the age that came out when we were in like...
Sure.
We're around 13 or something like that, because it was like mid to late 2000s. Yeah.
Yep, that would be it.
From Andrew Panton, I'm downloading a mod in GTA 4 for work, which has me wondering, what are your favorite mods? Jeff, you're a big mod guy.
Yeah. I do like kind of randomly install a bunch of stuff when I go kind of modding. But recently there's been some cool mods. I was just messing around with that Mario 64 co-op mod. Well, that's actually a build of the PC port and stuff like that. You got to provide your own backup, everybody. So, but then that has its own mods. One of them being a WarioWare mod that like turns Mario 64 into the same structure as WarioWare, where you are doing things in Mario 64 as micro games for like 5 seconds at a time. We're actually going to play that on UPF tomorrow.
Yeah. My favorite mod is Project M, Jeff. You remember that?
Yeah. There's just the Smash Brothers 2D thing or whatever.
No, well, the Smash Total Conversion mod for Brawl.
Right.
Because people did not like Brawl.
Right.
Brawl
brought on all the melee stuff. Yes.
It basically turned Brawl into Melee, but with all like the Brawl characters. And if you wanted to play with items, all the items, and they add new items. That replaced Brawl at tournaments for a very long time. So
really,
me and my friends, we never got super into Brawl. It was a little hard to keep up with people at that time because it came out when we were young. We couldn't quite, get to their level of people who have been playing for a long time. So Project M instead we got really into because we played Brawl a bunch because that was more, our age.
Sure.
And we were competitive in Project M for a while. Never like particularly good, but take a win or two at a tournament here or there. It was a fun time. That's love. Cool. Yeah, Project M. Next up is Acradix. I'm starting Pokemon Lazarus tonight. Who do I choose as starter? Right, I was looking this up before the show started because I haven't looked at Pokemon Lazarus yet. It is a new ROM hack.
Yes, it's coming up kind of frequently right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new ROM hack from the person who made was it Sea Glass Emerald or Emerald Sea Glass, whatever it's called, which was like remaking or demaking Pokemon Emerald to look like gold and silver. So it's pretty popular. I'm trying to see who the starters
I can do the connection with Lazarus. Like I'm trying to think which one will be. What's the Lazarus?
Well, I think this one, the whole conceit of it is that rather than just being like a remake or a demake, they're doing an original one taking place in an old mythological setting. There's a new setting, so it's like a big new
Jesus
thing.
There? Is Jesus a Pokemon?
No, but Batman is. It's a Lazarus Pit instead, actually.
That's right.
There's 9 starters. I was like looking for who are the 3 starters. Okay, you have Rowlet, Lynn, Poplio.
Poplio plays that dumbass clown.
Fennekin, Froakie, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Waxley. If that's accurate, then I would say Sprigatito. I like the weed cat. That's adorable, little fucker.
Emmy loves Sprigatito. She's not really played any Pokemon still, but she knows all about the weed cat.
Yeah, everybody loves the weed cat. Okay, and then I'm gonna say this is Wired on 3. They got lead speak in their name. The Jim Henson Company made a trailer for the new Magic the Gathering set. It's worth watching. I didn't expect that one tonight.
Really?
Wait, the Spider-Man? Or is that old already?
No, that's old now. Yeah, we've moved.
I'm not up to my...
I assume they mean the new main set, right?
Set? Yeah, I need to check. Lorwyn Eclipse.
Finelli's yelling in chat about it.
Sorry, Finelli.
Oh yeah, Finelli's got all the details on this, so everyone just go bother him about it.
Yeah, Finelli, can you hook me out with the Wizard of the Coast people? Let's go.
Okay. Then last one for now from Zombie Porn. Y'all see the GameCube NSO drop? Jeff, did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I did see someone in chat earlier say they shadow dropped Path of Radiance, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's Path of Radiance,
and it's like, "Oh, okay, it must be Path of Radiance." Very cool. That's a game more people should play. I've started it a couple times. I don't know if that's when I might end up still playing on my Magic GameCube, but having it on the Switch is cool as well.
Yeah, that's neat because having a console RPG on the go is just always a fun time. That's why I love my Steam Deck for that. Being able to play like Final Fantasy X on the go and stuff. It's a fun time. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's it for now, Jeff.
All right, excellent. Thank you everybody for the super chats. If you send in any more, we will get to all of them before we are done. Let's take that break. We'll come back and we'll do the community game of the year for real this time. All right. Now, does anyone need a break?
No.
I'm good. Man, this is just a Jim Henson.
Get that set up. I did meant that the illegal mod, because the most fun mod I ever installed was parsing on Final Fantasy 14, and that shit they get you in jail for that.
Yep. Yeah, they'll shoot you.
So not a snitch. God damn it.
All right. I'm set up, but let me actually get this thing up here in front of me so I can actually scrabble through it. Okay. I'm ready if you guys are.
Scrabble.
Yeah, that's the wrong word, but I like it still.
That sounds like a Pokemon.
Was it Last FM?
Scrabbling on Last FM. I think scrabbling also meant kind of moving through a timeline, or maybe that's scrubbing. That's scrubbing.
That's scrubbing. That's scrubbing. Yeah.
Okay. Fading to black. In 5, 4, 3. All right, we are back. When I was counting down there, I actually said 2. I don't think I've ever actually done that before. I kind of half whispered it. I half whispered it to myself.
I heard you catch yourself.
Yeah,
it unnerved me.
It was weird, but we're back, and we're gonna do the Game Mess Community 2025 Game of the Year. We have it right here. Sean is gonna help us out with this. I am gonna. You want to just? I'll go through it to the next thing, and you just tell me when you want to move on to the next slide.
I got from here. You can just move to the next slide. I'll just say at the top here, though, that, this was brought to us by Joy Z, who does a lot of this stuff in the community. So thanks as always to Joy Z.
Thanks, Joy Z.
Let me go down here. I glanced at this. I haven't read through the whole thing.
Me neither.
So I will say the methodology slide is the first one we have here that explains that games were scored based on placement and using very large numbers to avoid any potential ties.
Smart.
That makes sense. Yeah, that is smart. I appreciate that. Games from any year were allowed, so interesting call there. And voters could optionally submit their name to show their personal game of the year, which I did see. We have a few here of personal game of the years that are a bit unique. So we'll get to that in a second.
I'm curious to see like what's going to be on this list. I'll say my guess is Expedition 33 is going to still be game of the year. It just feels very likely, but hey, we'll see.
Yeah, that's my prediction as well. I actually don't remember what number 1 was, but it seems like that's the thing most people can agree on. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. So number 10 is Split Fiction. Nobody in the community's personal game of the year, but did well enough scorer-wise to crack the top 10. Jeff, I feel like this is one we haven't talked about a lot because I don't think either of us have played it.
I played maybe an hour and a half. Was trying it with one of the kids, and it was still just a tiny bit too much for them. Like we were figuring it out, but it would have been kind of a painful experience. So I'm like, I'll come.
Gameplay wise, it was too much.
Yeah, just like it was demanding too much in like the moment where it's like, oh, that's a jump that she probably will make next year, like without having to think about it. But I'm having to talk her through it right now, and that's fine to a certain point. But it's like, oh, well, we'll wait a little bit. But I enjoyed what I played of it. And I don't know. I guess I could always play it with an adult at some point. Sean, maybe we should just play it. Just get it out of our system.
Maybe we should get caught up on. I watched Maximilian and his friends play it over the weekend one time, and they seemed like they were having a blast with that.
I mean, everyone seems to think it's a really solid game. Yeah.
Exactly. Like Hazelight makes good stuff, so it doesn't surprise me. By the way, the score, to give you an idea of what big scores we're working with here, was 44,444 for Split Fiction there.
Very good.
All right. Number 9 is Avowed. This was the personal game of the year from Michi Poo in the community. The score was 48,000 and some change. So Avowed, another one that I feel like we haven't talked about a ton.
I mean, it was an earlier release. When I was playing it, I played through the first area, and I got done, and I was like, I'm good, and that is not a negative here. I enjoyed that game a lot. I just didn't need to keep playing it. I got it, and I really enjoyed the experience I had with it. And God, that was, I don't know, probably like 5 to 10 hours worth of gameplay. And yeah, I'm glad that so many people do seem to appreciate this game. I think it plays great. Like, it has a really excellent feeling combat system, and I like the world. And the exploration is like pretty good. It's not like up there with the Skyrim or a bunch of other similar stuff, but it's good enough for a game that is meant to be smaller. So yeah, I enjoyed Avowed quite a bit.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit too, even though this normally wouldn't be my kind of thing. High fantasy is the like one setting I just really can't get into. It's just never been my thing. Well, I've never gotten into the Elder Scrolls or anything like that. But Avowed plays so well that like it was one of those games where I was willing to like get into the setting on its own terms because I was enjoying playing it so much. Kind of like a Zelda game in that way, where this isn't usually my kind of thing, but it just feels so good. The combat and the spell casting and everything, it's awesome. And I think for me, because it's not the type of thing I would usually get into, it was when I am in the mood for one of these, I'll go back and check out when there's a little more time to play something like this.
Right. I think if like I get a next gen sort of one of these PC handhelds and this game runs really well on there, I could see myself going back.
All right. Number 8, then one near and dear to your heart, Jeff. Baby Steps won over the community, especially JD Camp and Fudsack. It was their personal games of the year. Score of 57,000 and some change.
That's there I am right there, enjoying the game very much. This is my game of the year. Gotta say, very excited to see so many people just fully get this game. It's not one that I expect everyone to appreciate. So when people do, it means a lot to me because this is a personal, very important game. And so yeah, very cool to see it here on the top 10 from the community.
It's a good game. Yeah, yep. I played it for a little bit. I got some laughs out of it, but it's just not the kind of game that I would want to commit a bunch of time to.
I get it.
Because the fun is the frustration and then, achieving whatever you're looking to do. I respect Baby Steps. Did you get to watch the My Life in Gaming end of year video yet by any chance?
I don't think I have. Should I?
Oh, you should. You would love what Corey has to say about this because
I will.
Corey... it's Corey's game of the year as well.
Really?
So
Okay, fantastic. I think I watched. I think we went.
For you to hear that.
I think we rated him a couple times while he was playing it, so that's great to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Game number 7 then, Jeff, is Dispatch. Hell yeah.
Yeah, great game.
Personal game of the year from Detlef and Sildus. Sildus, I'm gonna say, yes, in the community. Yeah. Score of 60,000 and some change. Yeah, I love Dispatch. It was number 2 on my personal game of the year. I thought about it, maybe even taking number 1. Just that, I love the gameplay of my actual number 1 so much that it didn't quite make it. But I love everything about Dispatch. They made a Telltale game that feels good to play as well, because I think the dispatching is just so goddamn fun. So combine that with the cast of characters, I can definitely see it winning over the community. Oh yeah, it's just such an easy game to end up liking because it does what it's doing really well, and then the characters are fantastic. The writing is spot on. It's legitimately funny. It's legitimately hip with like a great soundtrack, and like that writing's great. It's also very sharp and youthful, and just a really well done game. Absolutely. Number 6, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Quite a few personal game of the years here from Arcane Otter, Crafty Guy, Nuka Bazooka, Steve, and Vaganity. All put as their personal game of the year, and it got a score of 82,000 overall in the community there. This is a game I just didn't bother with, Jeff. Same, basically. I started it, and then I think we were traveling. Was this around like Summer Game Fest time or something? We were doing something. I think it was June, I want to say. I think that's right. And I think I was like, well, I'll get it when I get back. And then other stuff was out by the time we got back. And so it's like, oh, I'm never going to get around to this. I still want to play it at some point, but I don't know. I don't know when. Are you a Death Stranding 1 fan? I'm a Death Stranding 1 appreciator. I liked it for the most part, but my thing with Death Stranding 1 was always, I come from the real Strand games. I've been playing Spin Tires and Mud Runner and all these games about delivering stuff and actually having to like deal with the consequences of your failures instead of like, oh, you dropped the package and it disappeared and now you just go back to the base you got it from and try again. It's like, no, if you drop something in Mud Runners, it's like, well, can I get some other trucks out here to rescue this thing? And so I always I really like that feeling of just bringing in more and more equipment to solve the problems you get yourself into. And Death Stranding wasn't that game. So it was like a mismatch of expectations versus the genre I was playing or whatever. When I got over that, I'm like, this is still a really cool game about building infrastructure. And I liked all that stuff quite a bit. Okay. Personally, look, this is about appreciating the community tonight, so I won't get too into it. I'm a Death Stranding hater. I can't stand that game. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. So that's why I just didn't bother with 2 at all. But I'm glad that 2 seemed to do a lot of things better and even like won over some people like me who didn't like 1. So that's cool. I'm glad that there is that sequel there for the people who wanted it. Same. All right, number 5. Well, looky here, not at the top. It's at number 5. Hollow Knight Silksong, Mike's game of the year. This was also the personal game of the year of the Uncharted Wolf and Tommy Pencils, 2 familiar names there. Score of 111,000 with the community. Yes, a lot more people had like Death Stranding 2 and even Dispatch and even Baby Steps as their game of the year, or maybe the same number as people had Baby Steps. Same number, yeah. So I think that at this point it's just like, I bet this is a lot of people's number 2, number 3 game, and I think that's where it was for me. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. It's a game I love this game. Think about it all the time. It's going to be the point of comparison for me for the genre for a very long time. Gotcha, fair enough. All right, number 4 here is Blueprints. This was the personal game of the year of Dr. Ryan, of Joyzy, creator of this presentation himself, and Lipid Quad Cab. Score of 119,000. Yep. Boy, I love Blueprints. Blueprints is another game I think about all the time. One that when I got done with this one, it was not like, I get it. It's like, God, I wish I had all the time in the world to just explore this game kind of forever. When I was done playing, at least for now,
there was still so much that I wanted to know and understand, but I had spent so much time in the game at that point that I was like, I kind of have to force myself to move on. It just goes so much. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And the early sort of gameplay, I think it's a litmus test. If that doesn't hit with you, it is a game that's easy to skip, and I would recommend skipping. If you're into what it's doing there, well, just keep going because it's going to get better and better and better and better. So, love Blueprints.
Oh, Blueprints, because you use Blueprints.
Fuck you.
Wow.
All right. Before we get into the top 3, we do have some honorable mentions here. As mentioned at the top, people submit their personal game of the years.
I was wondering if we see this. Okay, cool.
Some personal game of the years from some people that did not make the top 10 at all. So Ali Miracle's game of the year is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Hell yeah, great game. Johnny Boys was Trails in the Sky First Chapter. And then looks like nobody put
unattributed,
their name. Yeah, nobody put their name on this, at least according to their presentation. But Fantasy Life won The Girl Who Steals Time. At least I think that's the one. That's not
it's
Fantasy
I.
Life.
It's Fantasy Life I.
It is I?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a remake or it's a new one. Gotcha. Yep. Like a Dylan said Nubby's Number Factory.
I need to spend more time with that. I know Mike loves that game too.
I love that game.
I think Jan likes it as well. Yeah, I need to play more.
Yeah. Jan's the one who brought on all of our radars.
Yep.
It's cool. I like it well enough. From Matt, I'm assuming that's Rare Monkey Matt. Rhythm Doctor. I gotta try this out.
Yes.
People talked about this.
People have been recommending this to me.
I don't really know what it is, but yeah.
I think Chris Person DM'd me. He's like, "Do you like Rhythm Heaven?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he just then sent a link to this game. I'm like, "Okay." And then I still have not touched it. I need to.
I think Ben Hansen had it decently high in his top 10, and people did submit some tracks for it for our the thing that I'm working at Giant Bomb right now, the music episode. So there's some love out there for this. I need to go back and check it out. Jedi Moss 4 said Octopath Traveler 0, a game I also need to play because all the RPG sickos in my life say that's fantastic.
Yep, they all seem to love it. I think Greg Miller would love this. I think it was his game of the year at that point or something like that. Yeah.
Well, Octopath Traveler 0 came out at the end of the year.
I know. That's why it was yeah. And I remember him he was saying this is my favorite game of the year. And I don't know if maybe he changed his mind a couple weeks later, but yeah.
Okay, interesting. Flobotron and Teriyaki Blues both said Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Ezipsis said Mouthwashing. Again, didn't have to be from this year. Zool34 said Sectori. Nice. James Pye said Monster Train 2. Soul Scream and Lands both put Silent Hill F. And then Orange Bash got good taste here by putting Peak as their number 1 game of the year. And hell yeah, Peak absolutely rules.
These are all great games. Yeah, Peak is fantastic. Sectori was my number 2. I really liked what I played of Fantasy Life. I would like to play more of that. I really liked what I played of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Rest of these I need to try. Well, no, I like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. That's a good game.
Okay. Now, let's get into the top 3 here. Number 3 is Hades 2, the personal game of the year of Epic Open World, Screaming Madden, Villain Mech, Matt's Effect 2, and Teach QC. It got a score of 157,000. So, good jump up there from Blueprints. The past few entries were fairly close, but this one is a good step up there. I think for good reason. It's just a game that everyone fell in love with this year. Even me, the Hades 1 hater, fell in love with Hades 2. So I think that speaks to its quality.
Yep, exactly. I think you just cannot sort of assail this game's quality. They just make everything sing in this game. So yeah, well deserved.
Absolutely. Number 2, hell yeah, I love to see it so high. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Fantastic.
Personal game of the year. Only 2 people's personal.
I bet it's another one that's a lot of people's number 2.
A lot of runner-ups.
I bet it's number 2 after what is going to end up being number 1 here. Yeah.
Yes. It is the personal game of the year of the Master DS and Luis A. Garcia. Score of 193,000. So yeah, again, another bump up there in score. So like you said, probably a lot of number 2, number 3 entries on people's lists. This came in at number 3 for the year. Bonanza is fantastic. It has a specific feel that has only been in so many games. I can really only think personally of Hulk Ultimate Destruction and Rumbleverse, who have that feel.
Oh yeah.
You leap, you climb on stuff, you rip
Right.
stuff out of the environment,
you
swing
feel
it around,
heavy,
you
but
throw it.
like you also feel like very capable of moving around. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel kind of like a wrecking ball. You're heavy but fast, and it's very fun. And just the music is fantastic. All the scenes with Pauline and everything. I love Bonanza. I love to see it so high on our list here, or the community's list here, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1. Who could have seen this coming, Jeff? Player Obscure, Expedition 33. Personal game of the year of Argoff, Atom Juice, Bar Spackle, Benji Bop, Genko. Input name here, Jamie H. Christmas Eve, Marcus Aurelius, Nick Turbo, Wardenclyffe, and a new high score here of 244,000 points. So again, like 50,000 additional points here in the scoring system. Yeah. Expedition 33 is an incredible game. No surprise there.
Absolutely. Yep. Again, another one very well deserved. So there's a reason this game is here. It's just so many people found it so easy to love it. And even people that don't necessarily love RPGs, and especially people who love RPGs, it's doing so much and doing so much of it very well.
Yeah, they kind of just did everything right. So you can't say anything bad about them getting all the love in the world, all the awards and everything. Because if you make just the best game of the year, you deserve all the accolades for sure. Which reminds me, that run's going to be happening in GDQ soon here.
Yeah,
so,
here
in
a
to receive
tonight. Yep.
Yeah, to receive the award, Ben Starr is here. Oh wait, he didn't reply to the DMs. Never mind.
Yeah, speaking of flashbangs, we got a flashbang when he walks on stage there.
That'd be funny to flashbang him, yeah.
It looks like after the number 1 slide, we do have some miscellaneous stats here. So 51 people from the Discord voted from
our Patreon producers. Yep.
That's right. So if you are a patron, if you are a YouTube member, if you are a Twitch subscriber to Jeff, Mike, or Christian's Twitch streams, you can get in there into the Discord and vote in the next one, or any of the other community things that we do here. But there were 141 unique games, 22 unique game of the year entries, 11 different submitted spellings of Claire Obscure Expedition 33. What do you mean 11?
That's incredible.
That's pretty good.
This is definitely Jeff Grubb's community. Donkey Kong Bonanza was the most popular game and was on 71% of lists.
That's right for our community as well, yeah.
Followed by Expedition 33 at 59%, then Hades 2 at 47%. So yeah, the most popular game overall, just not necessarily as high on everyone's list as Expedition 33. And then he says here, if you include Mike, Jeff, and Sean's list, Christian didn't rank his. Oh, you didn't rank your game of the year list, Christian?
No, it was like all stuff I liked.
I like that approach. If you include our list, the only change to the top 10 would be Silent Hill F at number 10. Interesting. Okay.
Cool.
And then there's a full list of scores if you just want to
screenshot
that one.
Yeah, take a look at that. Pause the video.
Anyone looking at the video version there, I can take a look here. I am, of course, looking at Ninja Guy and Rage Bomb at 55. Shit. Oh. All the other game of the years are getting represented on the list except for mine.
Oh, shouts out to Pac-Man World 2 Repack at number 137. That well deserved as well. That's a pretty good game. I wish I had a chance to watch that speedrun. That was a speedrun race they did. I missed that.
Oh, right. And I'm sure everyone's wondering, Uma Musume is at 54.
Super Mario 64 at 53. Is that what you were saying while I was going off about Pac-Man World? I'm not sure if you said that.
No, I was talking about the Horse Girl game. But yeah, right above is Super Mario 64. We can confirm Super Mario 64 better than Uma Musume. Let's go.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Shrew, yeah. You guys know about...
Then, if you just...
Go ahead, finish your thought.
You want to scroll to the last one? Well, you can finish your thought. Just scroll to the last one.
Yeah, do you guys know about the Uma Musume fans showing up to Denver Broncos games? Denver Broncos.
No.
What? I never heard this joke.
It's not a joke. It is not a joke. I know it sounds like the setup to a joke, but the Uma Musume fans have begun going to Broncos games and rooting for the Broncos because they're horses. And they're in the playoffs and they're good and stuff like that. So,
that makes sense.
That's a lot.
It's out of hand.
Yep.
It's out of hand, Jeff. We need to stop it.
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah, it looks like that is it for the Game of the Year list from the community. Thank you everyone who participated. Thank you Joyzy for putting that together. That was a good time.
That was a great time. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sean, for reading through there. Thank you, Christian, for your help getting that all gathered up and together. And thank you to everybody who voted and stuck around and listened to it. All right, let's take one last break. We will come back. We'll clean up the super chats. We'll talk about what we've been playing, probably what we've been watching at Awesome Games Done Quick, and then we will get out of here. We'll be right back. All right.
All right. Anybody needs a break?
I'm still good.
To finish this up.
All right, let's do it. All right, fade to black.
Let's do this shit.
Back in 5, 4, 3. All right, I didn't say 2 that time. We're back. All right, Sean.
Natural order restored.
Yes, exactly. Everyone can relax. It's gonna be fine. Sean, let's read those super chats.
Absolutely, Jeff. We have Grant NP is a Lincoln member for 3 months and attaches the message, Game of the Year is actually Chibi Robo, winky face. Hell yeah. Chibi Robo rules. I revisited that this year on the big old piece of shit CRT back there. It's actually a nice CRT. I shouldn't talk to it that way. Chibi Robo was really fun. That's a chill game. That's a chill game that you can just get through. An hour a day is what I did. Like at
that
most,
seems the way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, usually it was like 30 minutes while I'm sipping on coffee. That's actually why that coffee mug is on top of my knee back there. It was a good time. So hell yeah, Grant. Matt Rare Monkey says, play Rhythm Doctor. I will, Matt. I will. After the way people have talked about, I love rhythm games. So absolutely, I'll get around to it. Symbiosis. I forgot to vote. It's Silk Song. Great list, all.
Well, I wonder how that changes things. We'll have to recalculate.
And then from Tuber, last one for now. Hell yeah, go Donkeys, #1 seed. Lucifer will kill all competition, just like he did as creator. Rip Peepo, rip Lions.
Do you guys know what that Lucifer is referencing? I know it's pretty famous. You might, maybe you don't, though, because it's sports related a little bit.
No.
Lucifer is the name. So if you go to Denver, you're going to fly into Denver Airport. And you're going to land, and first you're going to be like, why does this place look like...
Yes, I do.
Why does it look like rituals happen here? It's because they do. It's a weird-looking airport. But then you're going to drive immediately out of the airport, and the first thing you're going to see is a gigantic blue horse statue with red glowing eyes. And it's gigantic. It fell over and killed the person who created it when he first put it up.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Right. I remember you mentioning this now.
Lucifer is an incredible thing. We were always, every time I went to the airport, I love seeing Lucifer, blood on his paws or hooves, I should say. That's a great thing. I miss Denver. Okay. All right. We
one more snuck in here by because Mike's not here. I didn't say it correctly. From Kono Neko Sama.
I would say Neko.
You always get so close.
Yep. Kono Neko.
The Broncos. Damn it. The Broncos subreddit is funny to read about the horse game fans. Half of the people are like, hell yeah. And the others are like, what's this dumb shit?
Yep.
So like Giant Bomb, really.
Exactly the same. Yep. No difference. All right. Let's see here. Before we get on to what we've been playing, I saw Mikey O'Leary in chat. Mike, haven't you been up for like 24 hours? Didn't you run ran a Disney
like Blue Sky, yeah.
It was like a 5K. I hope it was just a 5K, but if it was like a half marathon, go to bed. Go to bed, bitch. What are you doing?
What the hell?
What the fuck, dude?
All right.
Hope you had a good time out there, dude.
Absolutely. It looks like a great time. Sean, what have you been playing? What have you been watching at Awesome Games Done Quick?
Yeah, so playing not a lot of new stuff, been taking it easy. I've been busy with a variety of things, so I haven't had too much time. I did finally get around to playing the Pragmata demo.
Oh, what'd you think?
That game rules.
Yeah, right. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Yeah.
So yeah, it feels like what I thought it would be and what I was hoping it would be. It's Resident Evil, especially Resident Evil Remake adjacent.
Sure.
But like when you go to shoot, the hacking mechanic, it feels very Capcom. It feels like it's in the vein of Battle Network. I'm telling you, Mike was misguided. This could be a Battle Network game. You never know. Doing the hacking mini game to like make the enemy weaker, get them to expose their weakness, and then that Oh god, I can't wait to see how they actually like stick the landing on this game, because I could not stop thinking about it after I played it, because it just feels good, because it like has a dodge mechanic. It has like a big boss fight in that demo. It just feels very Capcom, feels Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They put into this sci-fi game, which is like futuristic cybernetic sci-fi is my shit. I love it. And I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that they made a way to make shooters interesting again. Because like third-person shooters, kind of in a rut gameplay-wise for a long time now.
Yeah, true.
Why things like survival games kind of popped off a little bit, add something fresh. But they just thought, well, we give you a little busy work. Not because, you know, it makes the game busy, but because it makes shooting tense again.
Keeps
and
you
have
engaged.
To like,
yes, it keeps you on your toes.
You have to think.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like even super punishing necessarily if you like mess anything up, but it's easy enough, at least early on in that demo, that you're not messing up, and it just feels like I'm doing this cool thing, and it gives me more. It makes me feel more powerful, and it's just a well thought out thing.
Yeah, I think even before playing the demo, unless I'm forgetting something, Pragmata was my most anticipated game of the year so far.
That sounds
and now after playing the demo, I can't wait to get my hands on a full game. It's in April, so a little bit off now, but that's gonna be a fun time. That demo is excellent. But otherwise, yeah, in terms of playing, I'm still on retro achievements. Kind of, you know.
Yeah, saw that in your top 10. You talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, things are whack right now, so I need a little comfort food right now. So I have been just going back, and you know, I've mentioned that Mario's Picross was like my before bed game for a while there. Lately, it's been, because I'm just taking a break, it's been Pokemon TCG on Game Boy Color, and then I actually did a full Retro Achievements Mastery. It's my first Mastery right now, so that's like getting the Platinum Trophy. Basically, you get all the other achievements for Mega Man Legends, my favorite game. Cool. So yeah, if anyone doesn't know, Retro Achievements, exactly what it sounds like. You go retroachievements.org, you get a free account. And then most popular emulators nowadays will allow you to sign in to your Retro Achievements account. And it kind of just all works. Like you just sign in and you can earn achievements. There's leaderboards, which I'm surprised it hasn't gotten you more in the door.
I know, that is the thing I'm most curious about. And I see it and I'm like, oh, I should do this more often. I just haven't.
Yeah. Just old school games that like have never had proper leaderboards. You can do leaderboard temps. The emulator will automate it for you, so you don't even have to think about it. Then you can go retroachievements.org and like look at the game profile, look at the leaderboard, you can look at your profile. There's like this great sense of community that they're cultivating over there that I really appreciate, especially like you've mentioned recently. The old internet is out there. You just have to look for it a little bit.
You have to seek it out, right? It's like that's been the problem. It's like, even if you are a denizen of the old internet, the algorithm has served you up stuff for so long, you're like, oh, the internet's bad now. It's like, no, the same internet is there, but you have to do what you did then and go to it. And I have to relearn that lesson personally over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, so I highly recommend retroachievements.org. Go check it out, people. The sense of community there is great. Like they have a achievement of the week thing that they do where like every week of the year, and then they have one per month as well. That's a little bit longer. But achievement of the week is something that's supposed to take you like 2 to 3 hours at some point during the week, you know, during the weekend or even throughout the week. You just try to earn an achievement, and then at the end of it all, if you get like X number of them, you get a site badge that sticks on your profile. Oh, it's great. Just a cool community thing that they're doing over there, and I really appreciate it. And Firehair points out Wii games are getting added in March. They already have GameCube games, but now Wii games are getting added.
That's fun. Okay.
Yeah, one of the streamers I watch is actually, I believe he's Author Blues. He's the one doing the Wario Land Shake It one, or it's either him or I think he might be collaborating with another programmer on it. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. But yeah, like you said, watching. Have you seen the American Truck Simulator run at Games Done Quick?
No, I missed it. Okay, this one I should go check out.
Jeff, I've been watching GDQ for like 11 or 12 years now. It's the best run they've ever done.
Hell yeah. Okay, I will watch it. I'll watch it in bed tonight.
Is it what's his name? Buffalo Boone? Have you seen this the saga of this guy?
No.
He's been doing stuff. He's been doing the couch of like awful block runs for like a little bit now. and I believe it's him and Carrarium, I believe is their name. Like they were on the mic doing donations, and I think it was like a cowboy game that like he did this first bit for, but like he gets his Stetson or whatever that's called on. He gets his sunglasses on, he puts on the thickest Texas accent and like puts on a show that the runner's just doing their thing. That's on the side. You're there to watch Buffalo Boone. And then like Carrarium is like doing a thick Texas accent while reading the donations. And now they're like a duo that has done multiple runs now while whoever's running
that sounds
whatever.
Great.
And it all culminated in American Truck Simulator now, where I know Anarchy was one of the people running. I've seen them on the GDQ hotfix. I forget who the other person was. It was their first time running. It was incredible because, Jeff, everything went wrong. Everything possible went wrong. Yeah, and they just made a show out of it. It was fantastic. I can't recommend that run enough. It was half an hour. So much fun. I loved it.
All right, I'm gonna watch this tonight. Half an hour is perfect. That's you love to hear it. Anything else?
The 102 Dalmatians, they did a TAS of that, which was very cool. Tool assisted speedrun. I looked that up because I was like, yeah, you know what? This game was actually weirdly good. Like, who made this game? Because I remember playing that back in the day. It was weirdly good. Toys for Bob made that game.
Oh, really?
And it got me to look at Toys for Bob on Wikipedia. I'm like, what else have they made? And I'm like, oh yeah, they made the Madagascar game, the DreamWorks licensed movie game. I'm like, oh yeah, that game was like weirdly good back in the day. And so now I kind of just want to go back and play a bunch of Toys for Bob.
That's a great idea. Yeah, they probably have quite a few licensed ones on Game Boy Advance, I'm betting, because that's
there's like a couple more.
Okay.
They mostly did the 3D versions. So
really,
like,
okay, that's even fantastic. Okay, that's even better. All right.
Yeah, very like PS1 style, Crash or Spyro platforms. Just with licensed properties. It's cool. I should go back and revisit that. But Jeff, what have you been up to?
Yeah, it's been a problem. It's still mostly sectory. I'm like, that game's strange.
Crackhead.
Yeah, yes, I am a crackhead for this game. Number 2 on my list, and I'm still like learning. Not like, of course you're gonna learn this at like hour 50 or whatever I'm at. It's like basic stuff still, where it's like, should I be like changing up the strategy at which I acquire upgrades? And like, how exactly does this scoring system even work? I'm still like figuring out the basics there, because it is a game where you are so overwhelmed, you don't have to think. And probably it's better you don't think while playing the game. Now, that means like if you do enough runs, you get to the point where it's like you notice something, then you start to piece things together. And that was really great, especially in the early hours, because they don't tell you everything specifically. They're like, just go play the game. Here's the very, very basics. Just go play the game and figure out the rest. It was very fun to kind of go through that process. But now I'm at a point where it's like, I think I might have been wasting the last 15 hours because I maybe have not been maximizing my score, and I have been doing the upgrades the way that I think is probably wrong. And what's very frustrating is I think I was doing upgrades like this path of upgrades. And by upgrades, I mean you find these tokens in the world, and if you have 1 token, you can upgrade your speed. If you have 3, you can upgrade your strike. If you have 5, you can upgrade your missiles, and you have whatever. Yeah. And it's like, so you're saving them to try to get the more powerful stuff, or you're spending them to go faster. And the strategy I'm using now, which is clearly better, is one I was using early on, and I just abandoned for some reason. And so I'm kind of getting back into that. I'm having really good runs again, and it's just like, I just want to beat Jacob Geller in this game again. And if I do that, I'm going to be back in the top like 30 in the world. So a lot more people are playing that game. It was very cool to get number 17 when I did. That's dropped to about number 50 now. I think it's probably lower than that at this point. But I think, I would like to just go one time back at Jacob and get back ahead of him once more. And it's a good excuse to continue playing this game that I really, really am enjoying. But
it's great. I got to play more of it too.
Yes, and that's the thing. More and more of our friends are jumping on board. As we started tonight, I saw Mary was playing. Dan's been playing a ton. Bacalar's been playing now. Dan was saying that his wife Bianca was playing. It's like, okay, everyone's sort of kind of catching on here that this is a fantastic
I'm getting into this game, everybody.
Let's go.
I'm joining in the race.
There you go.
The arm race is happening.
And then for work, I've been like testing this game because we're thinking we might try to beat it in one run. Absalom. I'm at a point with that game where it's like, oh, this maybe should have been higher on my game of the year list. I am loving that game. It's so really good. And it's like that comes down to the basic gameplay elements, especially once you begin to understand the way the various rituals, which are just like kind of like earth elements that work together or whatever, like fire and water and all this stuff. Once you start realizing how they interact and how you can kind of build on top of them, that's really great. And you kind of like, if you start leaning into whatever the game gives you, where it's like, oh, one run, I have this great, I play as the dwarf character, and I have this great ability where I can jump up and punch a dude in the head, and I can kind of do that 3 times, and then I can switch to my heavy attack and hit him with the butt of the gun in the air and kind of avoid most damage while doing a lot of damage myself. Well, the next run, I didn't have that upgrade, so I kind of had to go in this other direction where it was, I have, every time I dodge, or dash, I leave fire on the ground and create waves, because I got 2 separate upgrades that do good things when I was dodging and dashing. And it's like, well, then I'm just going to do that. And most of the time when you're dashing, you're going to be avoiding most damage. You got to be careful sometimes. But it's like, okay, that's great too. Now, how can I get some damage in while doing that? And it's very fun to sort of work with what the game gives you. And then its depth in terms of exploring its sort of a roguelite style world of going from node to node. It's up there with like Hades 2 in terms of, it's not Hades 2, but it's up there with Hades 2 in terms of just giving you cool things to discover and unlock and find on certain runs. It's such an easy game to love. I'm super, super into it. Dan does need to learn how to Clash. But that's probably not going to happen. And we don't listen. In one of our test runs, we almost beat it without him doing it most of the time. There was a couple boss fights in there where it was like, Dan's down, and if I don't Clash my way through all these attacks, there's no way I'm going to get back over there. And I did, and I felt like a god. And it's like, oh, that's what this game is. It can make you feel that way. So there's a couple other ones I want to like be spending more time with. There's some games popping off here pretty soon. I've been mentioning like Big Hops. We'll be able to talk about that next week. And then there's some other ones.
Yeah. I did start that up.
Okay, good. Yeah. How are you feeling about it so
intro
far?
area is very good. Yeah. The feel, they nailed the feel of that game.
I think feels perfect. Yes.
I'm curious to see where the levels go and everything.
Right. That's the question.
In the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I only just started up, but just immediately I can see, this is gonna make for the sickest summer games done quick. It's gonna
be an incredible speedrun game. They even have leaderboards in some of the levels that so they know already.
Yeah, it's a smaller game. It's a smaller indie, so like there's some areas where they cut corners a little bit, but they know where it counts.
Yes.
There's a speedrun timer with built-in splits. That's so smart. So it's just like, hey, you want to start speedrunning? You don't even have to worry about getting our software, dog. Just start doing it. That's so cool. But yeah, it feels incredible.
Cool game. I enjoyed my time at Games Done Quick as well. We talked about it a little bit on Last of the Nintendogs, so I won't repeat too much there. But yeah, I enjoyed the Splatoon run tonight, and I'm gonna go watch.
That's the other one I was gonna mention.
You did want to bring this up. Yeah,
Splatoon box, like that first, like okay. The entire series, the campaigns. If anyone ever like thinks of Splatoon as only a multiplayer game, that's all it has.
You're missing out on great games.
You're missing out on like an entire incredible video game right there, because just like the 5 to 6 hour whereas campaign of just like almost Mario Sunshine style like Nintendo platforming, but also you have kind of a gun thing as well. And that's why when people talk about games that need to be ported from Wii U to Switch, and most of those have been done by now, this one, like the big one left, I guess, is Star Fox Zero. Some people are like, that game's not that good, they shouldn't do it. First of all, screw you. Star Fox Zero is a good game. But second of all, pour Splatoon's campaign over as like DLC for a game or something like that. Have it be like a memory box or something, because there's an entire campaign there that is very fun. There's great levels in there. There's like this little story with Callie and Marie, and watching that tonight on Games Done Quick remind me. I love that first game a lot. And I spent a lot of time in it too. Like I petered out in 2 and 3 because I was like,
same.
Well, this is more Splatoon, but like that first game I played. So many.
It was so stunning and shocking how good that was. It's like I was not expecting it, and Yeah, it has a lot of the energy of a 3D Mario platformer with, a lot of Splatoon elements in there. So yeah, just another one that's easy to love and underappreciated because most people do not even know it exists, and let alone have played it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play some Splatoon here sometime soon. That was one of the things Mike did that was smart. As the Switch 2 was coming, he went back or I think when the Switch 2 came out, he was one of the things he did was go and play some of the Splatoon campaigns. It's oh yeah, that seems like a good idea. I should do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other super chats come in while we were doing all that? Or are we good?
Looks like we're still all caught up.
Fantastic. All right. Anything else, Christian, that we need to do?
We need to remind people that tomorrow is probably the last day to sign up for the community fantasy critic on the Discord. So check that out.
Do me and Mike need to do anything there? We probably do, right?
Probably. Yes. you definitely have to be.
Okay. All right. I'll do that tonight.
So don't forget.
All right. Yes, we'll get that all set up. All right. Thank you, Christian. Sean, where can people find you on the internet? What do you have going on? All that good stuff.
I am Turbo Sean everywhere on the internet. SHAWN. Catch me helping out a little bit here. You can catch me doing stuff over on Giant Bomb. And you can catch me just chit-chatting about all the nowadays usually retro stuff that I like and posting that over on my Blue Sky account.
Thank you all for watching. Yeah, I'm over on Giant Bomb doing fun stuff over there. We'll have some fun stuff on UPF tomorrow. Dan and I are planning to do the run. This will be the run where we will beat Absalom. That'll be after UPF on Friday, kind of early in the evening there on Eastern time, so like 5 p.m. And then before that, we're doing something secret. That'll come up later. And then, Game S mornings to wrap up the week. I think I have someone for tomorrow. I think I do. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure I do. Should be a good show. Looking forward to doing it. And then we'll be back next week with Last of the Nintendogs with Game Mess Decides. Maybe we'll let Mike come back. I don't know. I think.
I don't know, man. That guy is just too big for us. I feel like he's like there on GDQ.
Yep.
Stuff.
I'll talk to Christian. Everybody. I'll see if we can get Christian to forgive Mike. See if we can get him back on the show.
My feelings.
In the meantime, is there any community stuff happening? Like any community game nights happening that we should mention?
As always, Fridays is happening. So check the Discord, see what they play. Usually they play Peak, just a fun video game.
Yeah, it's a very fun video game.
I want cave, chatter. I want this. I'm taking this to the grave.
Antonio says he'll donate a super chat of $100 if we beat Absalom tomorrow. Only if Dan clashes at least once. All right. Bye, everybody. Catch you next time.
Oh, Bukaki.
Mainstream penetration.
I love that
raw ditto.